Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Good evening. I'm Pat Bowles, manager of the Fort Wayne Community School Continuing Ed program. The last Fort Wayne Community School Continuing Ed graduation ceremony that we had was held on Wednesday, March 4th, 2020. 2 weeks after that graduation ceremony, the coronavirus hit and our lives changed forever. Finally, after 2 years, we are able to hold our in-person graduation ceremony for the first time since then. Tonight, we will celebrate the accomplishments of our students for the past 2 years. The pandemic may have altered our lives dramatically the past 2 years, but it has not broken our spirit to come together and celebrate the great accomplishments of our honored guests on stage. The American journalist Sidney Harris once stated that the whole purpose of education is to turn mirrors into windows. Tonight, we are gathered together to honor a group of hardworking and dedicated students that have taken their education to a new level, from mirrors of personal reflection and introspection to windows of opportunity and community growth. This evening, we're going to be celebrating the accomplishments of over 352 high school equivalent graduates in our Fort Wayne Community School HSE program from January 1st, 2020 through December the 31st of 2021. These HSE students have taken classes and then passed 5 rigorous subtests in reading, writing, science, social studies, and math. We also have 24 additional students during this 2-year time that will be earning their high school diplomas by meeting all 3 graduation pathway requirements for the state of Indiana, including completing 40 or more high school courses, passing their ISTEP or ASVAB testing, and completing their service project, community project, or work apprenticeship program. 82 of these HSE and high school graduates have gathered on stage this evening to receive their high school diploma or their high school equivalency diploma, and many of these same graduates have also received a certification in a vocational program in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, or business. Our program's primary partners include Work One Northeast Indiana Works, Fort Wayne Community Schools, the Allen County Juvenile Center, and the East Wayne Street Center. The Fort Wayne Community Schools Continuing Ed program currently has adult ed classes located at the Anthus Career Center, East Wayne Street Center, Graybull Allen County Public Library, Ivy Tech Campus, Parkview Education Center, and the Allen County Juvenile Center. We offer English language literacy, English language high school programs, high school equivalency program, Expectant Mothers, Expectant Fathers program, high school diploma, and the Neighborhood Connection program. We also offer integrated education and training certification programming and collaborative workforce education initiative programming with a number of Allen County businesses and organizations. Our Continuing Ed program in 2020 and 2021 served over 2,200 students with 959 basic education students and 587 English language learners, along with 654 certification and neighborhood connection students. The age range of our students these past 2 years ranged from 16 years of age to 73, with approximately 67% of the students between the ages of 17 and 24. It's easy to see that our program is reflective in our statistics by the many accomplishments of our students on this stage, setting the standard and being the role models for the rest of our adult ed participants. In spite of a pandemic that began in March 2020, these students and our entire staff have navigated through the illnesses and barriers that the pandemic brought us. Virtual classes, face masks, social distancing, all of those barriers to reach new goals and open the door to bigger and better tomorrows. In a moment, all of our graduates will be honored by the reading of their names and the presentation of their diplomas. Throughout the diploma ceremony, you will also be hearing from 3 graduate speakers and what this accomplishment means to them. The uniqueness of our graduation program rests within our own graduates, whose stories are told from their own perspective, full of struggles, barriers, and finally triumph over all the odds that life has placed on each graduate present this evening. This is a major milestone in their lives, and it's very important that you celebrate these successes over all the barriers they have faced in pursuit of this diploma. This evening of celebration is also the story of those individuals that have supported our graduates throughout this educational and vocational journey. This is a beginning to a new hope, new careers, and a new future. We are so pleased to see so many family, friends, teachers, and community leaders here to join this celebration. Including in the audience here tonight are many individuals that without you, our graduates would not have been successful. To the family and friends, may you continue to show support for these graduates as they strive to do bigger and better things in their lives. To the 40 teachers, teaching assistants, volunteers, and administrators through the Fort Wayne Community School Education Program and all the Allen County locations, we salute your dedication and passion, rising above each barrier and touching the lives of our students in a positive way, and conquering the impact that the pandemic has taken on each and every one of us. To the Indiana State Department of Workforce Development, Northeast Indiana Works, we thank you for your support with our program and for our students, the highest of standards and grants that provide certification classes for our continuing ed students so they can not only get their educational diploma, but also work training in high demand careers around the Allen County area. Please remember that if you know someone else that does not have their high school diploma or HSE diploma, that we provide free HSE classes, free certification classes, and currently even free HSE testing if you register with our program. And to the community leaders that have gathered with us tonight to praise our graduates and share in their successes, we thank all of you for supporting these HSE and high school graduates, and we ask that you continue to assist them as they reflect on their next window of opportunity in life, serving the Fort Wayne and Allen County community. And again, congratulations to our graduates.
I would like to personally thank the following VIP for coming. I would like to thank Mayor Tom Henry. I would like to thank Representative Tom Didier. I would like to thank Fort Wayne Community Schools CFO Kathy Frent. I would like to thank Fort Wayne Community Schools Board Member Raleigh Booker. I would like to thank Director of East Wayne Street Arperd Horn. I would like to thank former Manager of Adult Education, Jim Davis. We would like all Fort Wayne Community Schools staff to stand. At this time, we'd like to thank our staff for all of the great work that they have done. Thank you. We want to thank LTV teacher Elizabeth Ward Carey, as tonight's graduation ceremony will be taped and played on television Frontier 24 and Comcast Channel 54 from March 11th through March 18th. You could check the back of your program that was passed out at the door for the complete schedule of days and times. We also want to thank Jesse Webb, principal of the Career Academy at Anthus, Kathy Wise and her Career Academy students for recording the ceremony, and Mr. Milt Johnson for being the photographer. Special thanks goes out to Karen Fincher for putting tonight's graduation ceremony together, and Mark Gruber for assisting with caps, gowns, and communication with our graduates prior to tonight's ceremony. Now I'll begin the diploma ceremony with our three student graduates, speaking along with HSE teachers Kathy Divelbess, Jessica Genzik, and Ann Von Guten. Reading the names of each of our graduates and joined by Karen Fincher, Fort Wayne Community Schools Continuing Education Administrative Assistant, and myself in the handing out of the HSE and high school diplomas.
Hello, and thank you so much for being here tonight. My name is Jessica Genzik, and I am a teacher on our HSE team. I invite row 1 to stand and come forward. Okay. Nico Beasley. Samantha Atkinson. Myra Alvarado. Jonathan Anderson, Jr. Mariah Bailey. You have a beautiful smile. Thank you. Marlise Battle. Colleen Beard. Michaela Belcher. Juliana Berkey. Row 2, please stand and come forward. Yeah, row 1 can sit. It's okay. Heather Brennicke. Veronica Briles. Deetria Carr. Andy Cervantes. Mariah Clark. Leticia Crespo. Michaela Crouch. Madison Davis. Maria de la Cruz. Go to, you can take a seat. I would now like to invite Nico Beasley to come to the podium to share her story.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I was a high school dropout. When I was a junior in high school and 17 years old, my parents were going through a divorce. 5 months later, I discovered I was in my first trimester of my pregnancy. Shame was at the forefront of my life at this point. Raising a child was not in my plans. This was the moment that adulthood kicked in. I decided to attend beauty college as my professional career. It carried me through life, and all was great until I decided to give back to organizations with families, mainly women, to support them through the devastation and depression that came often with the impact of divorce. I could not provide the proper counseling sessions until I had my high school diploma credentials. My business partner, Jonathan Watley, encouraged me to get my HSE diploma and said, "When you do that, nothing can stop you then." I was very nervous the first day I came to class because I didn't know what to expect, and I did not know what education level I would be placed. I was 53 years old with no high school diploma and carried an embarrassment I did not talk about much. Still, Miss Jessica made me feel comfortable, and she made me feel accepted just as I was. It lifted my embarrassment and self-doubt. Soon after my assessment process, she told me I was ready to begin classes to work toward my HSE. When I arrived to class, I met Miss Linda, and it was an answer to my prayers to have a female teacher. Hoot, hoot. During the duration of my study, I began to feel overwhelmed as I was not going to make it through the process. You see, the process is the work. If you do the work, you will achieve your purpose. Ms. Linda worked one-on-one with every student as if they were her children. She pulled up a chair alongside us. Ms. Linda guided me through with her wisdom, her knowledge, and she encouraged me to stay with it and complete my work. She was right. Preparation plus process plus purpose has equaled earning my HSC diploma. Today, March 2nd, 2022, I stand before you alongside with all these great women and men, knowing I can achieve anything my heart desires because I believe in me. During the process of earning my HSE, I was gifted an opportunity here at Anthus to earn an international business certificate. It gave me more in-depth resources to support my consultant business. Having my HSE has enabled me to take next steps in my non-for-profit STAR network to support women who have either encountered divorce or are going through it. I also came into this program with an idea for a book. Ms. Jessica encouraged me and walked alongside of me to understand how to word my message to my readers. Today, I stand before you working with a publishing company, making my dream of becoming an author a reality. I am a living testimony of what faith can accomplish. I salute you all, honor and respect with dignity. We did it, we did it, we did it.
Hi, my name is Ann Von Gunten, and I am honored to read the names of the next graduates. Row 3, will you please stand and come forward? Christina Good. Katrina Edwards. Erica Elliott. Daniela Esquivel. Madeline Eubank. Deja Felix. Nadia Fox. Maria Fuentes. Jennifer Garcia. Shai Guadalupe. Row 3, you may sit down. Row 4, please come forward. Jacqueline Harrison. Ilaria Heredia. Brittany Hicks. Portia Holster. Kenneth Jackson. Veronica Jerome. Shirley Johnson. Cheyenne King. Row 4, you may sit down. As our next speaker comes forward, Christina Good, we would like to publicly acknowledge and thank her for her beautiful balloon artwork that you see here on stage and in the reception and photography area. Please join me in thanking her.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Christina, and what a wonderful day. Today we celebrate the first day of the rest of our lives, guys. The beginning of the rest of our lives. You work hard to get here. At some point, you made this your priority. You could have chosen differently, but you didn't. You put in the hours, you showed up for class, and in doing so, you showed up for yourself. You put aside all the voices in your head that were saying, not good enough, not smart enough, too poor, not enough time. In my case, these negative voices were saying, it's too late for you, lady. You are too old and in poor health. And I had a lot stacked up against me. My age, 40 years behind the technology required to study and pass these tests. I didn't know how to download that HSC app and study on a phone. I couldn't see the phone. Okay. My health, particularly my poor eyesight, my immigration status. I can be the joke of every conversation because my heavy accent and the words I get it wrong. I am originally from Brazil, and my thought of you can never learn these many concepts in such a short time. It felt like a lot. And then math, Miss D, which is another story. I started my HSC diploma journey back in 2019 when my wonderful granddaughter Shania moved in with me. Her parents were divorced, living in different states. And at that time, Shania was feeling she had failed everyone she loved, and everything she tried to do turned into failure. She quit school, and she quit on herself, and then depression set in. But she was only 18 years old, this little girl. And I thought depression is an old people thing. You don't get to be depressed, Shania, you're only 18. But she was. Our dear friend, I hope you're here today, Greg. Our dear friend Greg Fawcett told us of a place here in Fort Wayne called Antis. So I challenged my Shania, if you go, I'll go with you. Benjamin Franklin said, the Constitution only gives people the right to pursue happiness. You have to catch it yourself. I think so many of us don't catch our happiness because at some point in our journey, we little by little start to listen and believe those voices and those doubts that lead us to our very failure. And so to us, that not feeling our best, that Shania and I peeked through those doors at Antis just to look, just going in, look at it, see what it's all about. During our orientation, we were encouraged by Mrs. Annie to just keep walking through those doors. And so we did. And it was simple as that. Almost. It was simple for Shania, but not for me. Shania soon graduated, moved to Nashville, and is now taking classes at Nashville State. I finished my four subjects rather quickly, but math was a different story for me. Not only did I took every math class Mrs. D could squeeze me in, but I took some math also during the shutdown, some E classes. It took me 4 tries, people, to pass that math test. My own family and close friends were, you don't need to do this. You did a lot. You did a lot. You don't need to pass math. Shania graduated. You went there for her. When through the time of my studies, I have to have 2 eye surgeries and heal from them. We faced the pandemic shutdown, and I was also caring for my dear son who had kidney failure. He still has kidney failure. He's still on dialysis 3 times a week, but he's a lot stronger now. I love you, Martin. But at that time, he was especially fragile. And I would go to class and put my phone here in front of me, turn off the noise, and try to concentrate on my math, and hope and pray for the best. Being able to accomplish my HSC affected me very profoundly. It gave me my self-confidence back because I experienced success. Being an immigrant, first generation here, a woman and a minority, I'm used to challenge. I'm used facing challenges, people. And I don't experience victories all the time. But by having my HSC, I won this one challenge that is opening doors for my future. I'm so full of happiness right now. My dream job would be teaching English as a second language. Because I know I have a heavy accent, but I know what my immigrants, brothers and sisters need. I think I would do good there. Next time I see happiness passing me by, I may be getting old, not able to pursue so much, but I could be creative and trip that happiness with my cane and catch it anyway.
I'm Kathy Divelbis, math teacher for adult and continuing education. My star student just spoke beautifully. Row 5, please stand and come forward. Blake Wunderlich. Shelby Mangus. Lavitra McKissick Moon. Juan Carlos Milligan. Yenny Mora. Justin Mosley. Alicia Neal. Graciela Nino. Audrey Northick. Row 5, you may be seated. Row 6, stand and come forward. Ki Zin U. Nancy Pacheco. Cassandra Perez. Leilani Perez. Danielle Pettit. Maria Ramirez. Maricela Sanchez. Michelle Schuckman. Natasha Shakur. So Shui. Row 6, you may be seated. Row 7, please stand and come forward. Shayla Simpson. Marquand Smallwood. Suzanne Smith. Just a second. Rosalina Solis. Yolanda Villegas. Sammy Wenger. Keith Willis. Andrew Phillips.
You remember me.
Daniel Radu. Row 7, you may be seated. Before I announce our final speaker of the evening, I would like to take a moment to give special appreciation to our student speakers. Knowing that statistics report the fear of public speaking ranks higher than the fear of death, we know they challenged themselves to step way out of their comfort zone to share their stories tonight. A round of applause, please. Our final brave student speaker is Blake Wunderlich.
Hi, everybody. I'm Blake Wunderlich. I'm 21, and I'm an HSE graduate from the Adult and Continuing Education program at Anthus. Before we talk about today, I'd like to tell you a little bit about my life up until this point. Like many of us in this room and on this stage, life didn't take its time in throwing its first curveballs my way. At the age of 5, I'd lose my youngest sibling, and just 4 years later, I lose my father to illness. My mother, left with 6 children to provide for and bills to pay, worked tirelessly day and night to make sure that I had a place to lay my head and a full stomach. I was homeschooled, and because of my mother sacrificing for me, she wasn't able to monitor my schooling, and my education suffered. I didn't progress at the rate of my peers. Even though I was homeschooled, I participated in sports and other extracurriculars, like musical theater. During this time, I lived with a lot of shame and guilt, feeling like my lack of education was my fault, not feeling like I was at the same level as my friends. When they talk about their ongoing education, I'd lie or not say much, to fly under the radar, to hide the fact that I wasn't getting the education they were or progressing like I thought I should be. I was always worried that somebody might find out and judge me. As I reached young adulthood, I was tired of feeling sorry for myself. I was tired of the guilt and the feeling of not being good enough that we all know too well. But I didn't know where to start, so I did the next right thing. I overcame any hesitancy I had when it came to pursuing my education. I took the leap. I enrolled in the HSE Adult Education program online. I went in, did my placement test, and was immediately placed in online class. And I began studying many hours every night after work. My testing day was rapidly approaching, and although I was intimidated, I was determined to be ready. Thanks to my amazing teacher, Kathy Divelbis, and the support of my orientation coordinator, Jessica Genzik, I felt like I was. The day for testing came, and it was all I could think about the whole day at work. As soon as I got off, I drove to Anthis, heart rate and blood pressure high, like right now. I took my test, and I felt good about it, but I was nervous awaiting the outcome. The next day, I got the email at work. I did it. I had passed. And I had passed with honors. Now, I'm not much of an emotional guy. Anybody who knows me could tell you that. But I remember being flooded with emotions. I walked into the bathroom at work and cried. I felt like I had finally dropped a weight I had been carrying for so long. I did it. For me. For my mom. For my dad. For everybody who told me I could do it, and even those who made me feel like I couldn't. I felt for the first time in a long time that I was in control of my future. And while at the time I had no specific plans in mind for how I would use my diploma, I later decided that I'd pursue a career in wildlife conservation, and I'm still pursuing that today. So many of us come from difficult backgrounds, where the last thing on our mind is our education and grades. But fellow graduates, you did the next right thing. You took the next right step. And if the future is cloudy, just remember that. Just do the next right thing. Take pride in this accomplishment, take pride in yourselves, and carry this momentum forward and keep working because the work is not done. Keep taking the next right step. I'd like to leave you with a quote by Winston Churchill. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. I'm extremely proud of all of you for taking this next step in your life. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.
Let's have one more round of applause for all of our graduates this evening. Right now, we have 3 special awards, and these individuals do not know they are receiving this award. The first award is the James Davis Award. In the spirit of challenging accomplishments, we want to now present these 3 special awards that go to some graduates on the stage. The James Davis Award is given to a student who, in spite of setbacks and obstacles, is successful through hard work and determination. Jim Davis ran the adult and continuing ed program for over 30 years, retiring in 2008. He now continues to be a part of this program by volunteering and providing resources to help adult students be successful. Jim's out in the audience. Jim, you want to wave to everybody? Thank you for everything that you've done. This year's James Davis Award recipient faced challenges no one could have ever imagined. She demonstrated persistence, dedication, and a positive attitude in spite of having to take that reading section of the HSE exam many times during a span of 3 years. She faithfully attended class, she studied at home, she utilized online learning programs, she even Zoomed with teachers. The important thing is she never gave up. In describing this student, it only seems appropriate to quote the famous comedian Carol Burnett, "When you have a dream, you've got to grab it and never let go." This year's James Davis Award recipient never let go of that diploma dream and showed extreme perseverance and determination. This year's Jim Davis Award goes to Jacqueline Harrison. The next award is the Beth Chambers Award. Beth was an outspoken advocate for all of her students while teaching in the adult and continuing ed program for over 30 years. Her legacy continues with an annual award given in her name. The recipient of the Beth Chambers Award is a young lady who started in the beginning level of the English Language Learner Program in April of 2017, shortly after arriving in the United States. She came to the States with almost no English skills and not much schooling from her native country, Guatemala. She progressed through ELL classes in spite of some short times away dealing with family illness and difficult life circumstances, as well as juggling working at a Mexican bakery, where her approachability, positive spirit, and bilingual skills helped her consistently at her job. Her success in ELL classes led her to enroll in our HSE classes in January of 2021. With her sights on this new goal, her English improved rapidly. She redirected herself to school and showed great gains in her test scores, as well as her leadership in the classroom. Her class presentations and tenacity showed her commitment to achieving her HSE diploma. She almost cried when she proudly presented her diploma to her ELL and HSE teachers. She continues to encourage others, insisting they keep at it and not to give up. A theme of this young lady's life: she never gives up. We are proud to honor our Beth Chambers Award tonight to Daniela Esquivel. And finally, the Scott Sowers Award. Scott Sowers was a constant encourager for all of his students, especially those who needed his patient guidance and persistent prodding on their path to success, while Scott taught in the adult and continuing ed program for over 30 years as well. His legacy continues with an annual award given in his name. The recipient of the Scott Sowers Award is a mature man who has endured a lot on his way to getting his diploma. While juggling a full-time third-shift job with extended overtime hours, as well as strict time commitments at home, he made it to class to study regularly. In addition to making his academic success a priority, he also took the time to encourage his classmates along the way. The struggles to understand math concepts were real for this hardworking student. It took him several attempts to pass the math portion of the test, but his persistence paid off. For his persistence, outspoken, encouraging of others, and perseverance, the winner of the Scott Sowers Award tonight, Jonathan Anderson, Jr.
Thanks. Thanks, Patrick. It is at that time of our graduation ceremony where we like to do something special. We're extremely proud of our 2020-2021 graduates, but we also know they did not earn this diploma by themselves. Each graduate counted on the support of someone else, a spouse, a sibling, a parent, a grandparent, a teacher, a friend, a neighbor, someone else that supported them in their pursuit of a dream and gave them a boost when they needed it. Through kind words that encouraged and supportive words that challenged, each of these graduates were influenced by someone else. We have given each graduate a carnation, a small symbol of a big thank you to someone in their lives that made difference and helped them to reach their goal. We now are going to turn the lights up in the audience, and our graduates will now go out to you and give their carnation in gratitude of the support that you have given them in getting this diploma. William Butler Yeats once said that education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. May the ultimate award for all our graduates tonight be a new spark of education that will ignite the drive and determination for a lifelong passion for learning. Knowing that we learn more by looking for the answer to a question and not finding it, that what we do from learning the answer itself. At this time, would Jennifer Garcia step forward to lead the class of 2020-2021 in the ceremonial turning of the tassel? And all graduates, please stand and remain standing for the duration of the ceremony. After having fulfilled all the requirements and obligations for our diploma established by the state of Indiana, at this time we ask all graduates to please officially switch your tassel from the right to the left side of our cap. Thank you, Jennifer. Overcoming adversity, obstacles, and a pandemic, working through with dedication, learning how to study by note-taking, making flashcards, struggling with that one last subject like English writing, and when to decide, do I use a comma, a colon, or a semicolon, or finding out in math that pie is more than just a dessert. One last time, we congratulate the HSC classes of 2020 and 2021. Please make sure and grab a snack on the way out. Thank you, everyone, for attending.